Welcome everyone to this episode of MASFAA Moments. I'm Nathan Lohr from IUPUI. I am co-chair of the Communications and Electronic Initiatives Committee. And joining me today are the co-chairs of our Summer Institute and Leadership Symposium Committee. So I'm going to turn it over to the two of them to introduce themselves, and then we're going to spend some time talking with you about this year's event. So take it away.
My name is Jennifer Schroeder. I am a program coordinator in student loan education at Iowa State University, and I have been here for about 13 years.
And I am Stephanie Petsch. I am an assistant director in the Office of Financial Aid at Eastern Michigan University, and I have been at Eastern for about 23 years, but only in financial aid for about 17.
All right. Well, thank you both for joining us. And why don't we get started by talking about the two different options we have for this summer's training opportunity. Maybe get started with Summer Institute. Can you tell us a little bit more about what that is and who would benefit from participating?
Summer Institute and Leadership Symposium are generally run together at the same time, slightly different target groups. So Summer Institute is really intended to teach participants the foundations of financial aid administration. So the focus will be on 9 or 10 different MASFAA credentials. So there's 2 different tracks that will run for Summer Institute. The information and the credentials will be pretty much the same between the 2 tracks. However, it'll be taught a little bit differently. So the first track is for kind of the newer financial aid administrators, those that have been in the profession anywhere less than 5 years. And then there's a more advanced track for administrators that have been around for 5 years or more. The intended outcome, again, is to allow them to be prepared to take those NASFAA credentialing tests, to get those NASFAA credentials that they can then say that, you know, they're proficient in certain categories of financial aid administration. Along with the credentials, there's going to be lots of opportunities to network with other financial aid professionals from across our 9-state region. So yes, there'll be lots of classroom time and lots of instruction, but there'll also be lots of really good opportunities to meet other folks from the profession. So you've got some people to call upon should you have questions or face a stumbling block. There might be some people you met for Summer Institute that you could email or call to ask those questions. It also starts to provide some friendly faces for when you hopefully continue to participate with MASFAA, either on committees or attending conferences. You'll start to have those connections of people that you got to know during that week of Summer Institute.
So as an office, you might want to think about who would benefit from attending each program, the Summer Institute versus the Leadership program. And really this is set up so anyone would technically benefit attending either one. The Summer Institute, like Jen had mentioned, is set up, broken down into 2 tracks. So even your newest employee, you know, a year or less, will definitely be learning something, and your more seasoned employee who's been with the office for more than 5 years, they will be able to get in the advanced track and learn about things in greater detail. So for Summer Institute, anyone would benefit. For the Leadership Symposium, I would definitely say that anyone could attend that as well. You're going to learn things like, you know, time management, building a better team, you know, being politically correct, things like that, that maybe sometimes aren't taught to people anymore. We just assume they know these things, but really they need to be taught some basic leadership skills. So really, anyone that you want to send to Summer Institute or Leadership is absolutely welcome, and they will definitely benefit from either track that they come to. So
All right, thank you. So you mentioned that a big part of Summer Institute and Leadership Symposium is time spent learning in the classroom. Can you tell us a little bit about who is going to be leading that instruction and that training? Who are our teachers going to be for Summer Institute and Leadership Symposium?
Yeah, so for faculty at Summer Institute, we've got a great set of faculty lined up. Some have been around for a while and some are newer. One of those newer professionals is Manda Riley from the University of Missouri. She was a participant in Summer Institute last year and had a great experience, so she volunteered to be faculty for Summer Institute this year. We've also got Carrie Gilbert from the University of Missouri. Also from Missouri, we've got Buddy Mayfield. He is at the Northwest Missouri State College there. Danielle Hayden from University of Notre Dame will be joining us as well. Val Myers from Michigan State. You may recognize Val's name. She's taught Summer Institute a few years and will be back with us again this summer. We've got Joe Kassar joining us as well from St. Clair Community College, and then Kelsey Ryder from the University of Iowa will be joining us for Summer Institute faculty. On the leadership side of things, we've got Chrissy Bomick from the University of Michigan. Chad Olson from Iowa State University will also be on the leadership team. Kim Bennett from Trine University. Melissa Van Meter from Ohio University. And then Shanta James from Western Michigan, where we will be spending our week, will also be joining us as a faculty member for leadership. And along with the set faculty, the MASFAA board will be meeting as well. So you'll also have some time to interact with board members. You'll see Marvin Smith, who is the current MASFAA president, will be at a couple of our sessions, as will Michelle Tramey, who is the president-elect of MASFAA. And then there'll be an evening activity where all participants from Summer Institute and leadership will be able to get together and have the opportunity to interact with all the MASFAA board members, because we'll all be together for one evening to do some networking and some relaxation and get to know each other a little bit better.
So Stephanie, you mentioned earlier some of the type of financial aid administrators that an institution might want to send to this training. What sort of things could an institution see from a participant coming back? How can an institution benefit by having their staff members participate?
Well, basically with the Summer Institute, the way I kind of see it is it's a training that your employee is getting that you don't have to give them. I mean, yes, you're paying for it, but they are gaining so much knowledge from professionals out there that have been in the field for a while, or some that are new. But it's something that you don't have to do internally. So they're going to go to Western Michigan and come back with this wealth of knowledge that you'll definitely appreciate. The Leadership Symposium, so I attended Leadership Symposium in 2016 at Illinois State. And when I came back, it made me realize what type of leader I was, how to improve my communication with my staff members, and time management things. There were just things that I learned there, and people that I met that taught me and showed me how to be a better leader and a better employee to the office. So the institutions would definitely benefit in that way. And even if it's someone, we're thinking of sending someone who isn't in a management position right now to Leadership Symposium. And it's really just to give them the skills that hopefully eventually when they do become management, they'll have that under their belt already and be successful right off the bat. So definitely worth the money. The knowledge that the staff are gaining and the experience from others, and just really the connections that they're going to make is definitely worth it.
I think, Steph, I want to follow up on that too. I think you hit the nail on the head that for leadership, it doesn't matter what your title is. That was something that I learned when I attended in 2012, and then was reiterated when I taught leadership in 2016, that it doesn't matter if you're the director, associate director, assistant director, or financial aid advisor. the title really doesn't matter. I think, like Steph said, it's really to start cultivating the leaders for our office, but also to go home to our state associations and to bring back some of those skills to lead the individual states, and then, you know, to continue to grow and enhance as an employee as well. So it doesn't matter, you don't have to be senior level administrator in your office. It's just someone that you want to cultivate into a future leader.
That's exactly what I meant.
Great summary by Jen there. So this year's event is going to be held at Western Michigan University. Can you give us an idea of what attendees should expect from Western Michigan and from Kalamazoo?
Sure. So I can give you a little bit of information about Western Michigan. WMU, Western Michigan University, is a four-year public university that is in Kalamazoo, Michigan. They are part of the MAC division. So they have about 23,000 students that are currently enrolled there. And they have, you know, over 200,000 alumni worldwide. And for MASFAA, it's been a long time, if ever, that we've ever had held leadership or Summer Institute in Michigan. And we just felt that Western needed to be introduced. They have made some great updates on their campus. And for instance, the residence halls that we're going to be staying in are part of what's called the new Western Heights group. The hall that we're staying in is called the Hall Archer Picard Residence Hall, one of the newest ones on campus. So if people are curious, yes, there is air conditioning, and yes, there are like semi-private bathrooms. So you don't have to worry about things that maybe you had to worry about when you were in college a long time ago, or maybe just currently. But the way the residence halls are set up are there are pods. Each floor has 3 pods, and there are 6 rooms to one pod, and each pod has like a kitchen area, an area where they can just kind of relax, like a common area. I mean, the kitchen has a refrigerator, oven. I don't think it has a stovetop, but it has everything that you need. Sink, an island that you can hang out at. So they're really comfortable living areas. We also, where we are located, it's in the central part of campus, and the classrooms are pretty near. I mean, it's not like they're a mile away, but it's definitely walkable distance for the classrooms. The dining commons is literally right out the door. I'd say maybe 50 steps, if that. You can see it right from the doorway. Kalamazoo, when Jen and I visited down there, Shanta took us to the downtown area, which was really cool. The downtown area is only about 2.5, 3 miles away. So if you're really aggressive and you want to walk there, you could do that. Or you could Uber or Lyft or whatever, or just drive. But there are a ton of restaurants down there, breweries, bars, things like that people, if they want, can go to. But we'll have plenty of activities like on campus that will keep you busy. But yeah, so Kalamazoo, the area, the university, I just think that when Jen and I were there, we really saw all of the newness that's coming in, and we're excited that other people in Michigan and in the other states will have this opportunity to see this great campus. Even though it's not my campus, I'm really excited about this whole event coming to Michigan and to represent the state of Michigan. So it should be a really fun time.
All right, sounds good. So let's say I'm someone who's interested in attending, but I have questions. Where do I go? Who do I contact to get more information?
Good question. So the communications team has set up a dedicated webpage on MASFAA's site. We've got a tentative schedule out there so that you have an idea of when you would need to arrive, and then when we'd wrap up on Friday. So it does span the whole week, but we're not starting until Monday afternoon, and then we should be wrapped up Friday by noonish. And then there as well, you can register. And if you've got questions, you can definitely reach out to me or Steph. All of our contact information will be on the MASFAA website as well. But hopefully that web page that's been created should answer most of your questions. Yeah, so check that out if you have questions or you're interested in registering. The other thing that's out there, if you're interested, so there's 17 NASFAA credentials altogether. We don't have time to offer all 17 during Summer Institute, so we've pared it down to about 10. So the list of the 10 that we will be offering are out there on the website as well. So if you're interested in what credentials you might be able to walk away with from Summer Institute, that is out there as well. If you are thinking about participating in leadership, most of leadership is professional development topics, but we will also be earning the, or preparing to earn the professional judgment credential through NASFAA as well. So there will be one credential that the leadership participants could walk away with from the week in Kalamazoo.
All right, great. And Jen, I think you mentioned this, but if I'm ready to sign up, where do I go to register? How do I raise my hand and say I want to participate?
Sure. We would love to have you register and see everybody in Kalamazoo. So if you go to the MASFAA website, masfaaweb.org/summer-institute, you should be able to register right there. You will need to have MASFAA membership and be able to log in to do that. But there's a registration form with just some general information that Steph and I need as we prepare for everybody's arrival at Western Michigan. But you should be able to do that right from the MASFAA website.
All right, good deal. Anything else that we should know about Summer Institute or Leadership Symposium before we go out to the website to register?
I would just actually like to add one more thing. If there's someone that's on the fence about wanting to attend, or if a manager is on the fence on, wanting to send someone, the connections that your staff members are going to make through this event are just awesome. I know that when I attended leadership, that's actually where I met Jen. She was a faculty member, but I have stayed in contact with the folks that I met in my leadership group. And there have been several occasions that I've had to send out emails like, how does your school do this? Or, what would you do in this situation? And they've responded and really helped me out, helped our office out. So any types of contacts like that people can make are really worth it for your office. And we really just encourage it. We are super excited that we're able to offer so many credentials and that it's a leadership year. And we hope that Michigan should be beautiful in June. So we'll keep our fingers crossed on that. And we're just really excited and hope that if you're thinking about it, take that leap and just do it. It'll be worth it.
I ditto everything Steph just said.
All right, sounds good. Well, we want to thank you all for joining us for this episode of MASFAA Moments, and we are excited to see you in Kalamazoo, Michigan this summer. Take care, everybody.